York City, and welcome to the semifinals of the National Invitation Tournament and a surprising opener in our semifinal doubleheader tonight. It is Wichita State and Lipscomb at Madison Square Garden. Two teams, a 6 seed and a 5 seed, that both had to beat 1 seeds and do so on the road to get here. The winner advances to a Thursday night matchup with either Texas or TCU. A moment ago, we were in the Wichita State locker room.
We're the Shockers. Okay? You guys have come a long way, and this has been a great run. Are you satisfied? That's the question. Are you satisfied with this? Or do you want to cut the nets down here? Okay, end on a win. Let's go.
Bob Shoes and Fran for Schiller. Brooke Weisbrod will join us in just a moment. And that really is the theme, isn't it, Fran? That this is a tournament that these teams have embraced, making it to the Garden.
There's only 8 teams left playing in college basketball, and 4 of them are here, and 1's going to win a championship.
And we're going to see 2 stars tonight you may not be familiar with, but 2 really good players that lead these 2 respective teams.
2 great stories. Marcus McDuffie grew up right across the river in Jersey City and played at famed St. Anthony's High School for Bob Hurley, the Hall of Famer. He took his talent out to Wichita and has been a star ever since, concluding with a terrific senior year and the win over Indiana last week. And Garrison Matthews, a kid, grew up really close to the Lipscomb campus in Franklin, Tennessee, a Nashville suburb. He is the leading scorer in their Division I history. And oh, by the way, dropped 44 against NC State in their win to get them to New York.
It'll be fun to watch these 2 square off, and Brooke Weisbrod is with us. And Brooke, no one with Wichita State midway through the season ever imagined they'd be in a postseason tournament.
Yeah, that sounds about right, Bob, because it took 151 different combinations on the floor before they got it right. But now Wichita State has won 14 of their last 17 games, and after Samaje Haynes-Jones knocked down the buzzer beater over SMU, it ignited the Shocker run. Head coach Greg Marshall calls him Big Shot Maj. So Samaje told me it was the practice where they got more mentally focused, and that game winner under these bright lights would be amazing.
Yeah, Wichita State team that only returned 11% of their minutes from last season. We spoke with Greg Marshall earlier today at the shoot-around, and it was a soap opera from the end of last season all the way through the beginning of this year, just trying to field the team.
Absolutely. Look at this right off the bat, back door.
And a block by Jamarius Burton, one of those freshmen who has seen a major amount of minutes this year for the Shockers.
Well, that great Wichita State team last year had 6 seniors. They also lost Landry Shaman, who's now playing a lot of minutes for the LA Clippers.
Another freshman, Dexter Dennis, doesn't get the roll, and the rebound is pulled down by Rob Marbury.
Now this Bison's team moves the ball terrifically. They have Matthews who can score, but they love to play through Marbury in the low post whenever they can.
Matthews goes to work, puts it up, puts it in, and draws the game's first foul as well.
Coach Casey Alexander was telling us today that his football background in high school has really helped him. He's not just a shooter, but you see that big, strong body and his ability to get to the basket.
That's the A-Sun Coach of the Year, who not coincidentally at the line has the A-Sun Player of the Year. Funny how those 2 things kind of go hand in hand. Sometimes a really great player makes coach look pretty good.
That's exactly right. There would probably be no Coach of the Year without the A-Sun Player of the Year, but he's off to a good start.
Closing in on 2,500 points for his career. And now a foul on Eli Pepper out near midcourt.
This is a very experienced Lipscomb team that has been together a long time, and their success this year has been absolutely tremendous. They lost to the Liberty Flames in the A-Sun tournament final.
McDuffie just a little bit short, and the rebound to Kenny Cooper. Pepper catches the floater to the wing. And that 3 rimmed out for Michael Buckley. Drive that gets the Shockers on the board.
Pretty move by the big fella. Very versatile. Pulls up strong. Here's Marbury.
And he lays it in with the left hand.
the credit, Bob, because of the great career. Rob Marbury is a really good center. He can score inside. You saw him run the floor right there.
Deflection. It's out of bounds. Lipscomb.
Marshall Matthews wanted to foul. Burton grabbed him. And he's still looking at the official. All three officials tonight went very deep in the NCAA tournament. All top quality guys.
Shot clock winding down. Burton with a force. Marbury with a post move. Plus the foul.
That's what we're talking about, Bob. If he does not command a double team, which opens it up for his perimeter shooters, he's really tough to handle inside. He goes over that right shoulder, and the offense really does go through him first. And if you choose to double, he is an excellent passer out of there.
You can see the players widening out to the NBA lane. That's one of the experimental rules that they are using in the NIT. Also, the white line, which kind of looks like the college line because it's inside the NBA line from three-point range. But now you see that's the FIBA line. They've backed it up to the international three-point shot. And there are a few experimental rules that they try in the NIT and then potentially incorporate into the regular college game.
The Basketball Rules Committee meets every 2 years. They'll meet this spring.
A force from McDuffie.
And you will see some rule changes next year. I believe the reset to 20 is almost a given off an offensive rebound.
Marbury was met at the rim and denied. Nice little pivot of the post, but off the mark was Asbjorn Midtgaard, but a foul is called on Marbury, and he is a little slow to get up. Well, not only a deeper three-point line, the NBA widening of the lane. The shot clock, as you said, resets to 20 seconds after an offensive rebound. But the thing I like the most, and seems to keep the pace of play going, once you get to the 10-minute mark of the half, fouls will reset. They'll zero out. So it's a 5-foul bonus per 10 minutes rather than a 7-foul bonus for the entire half. You eliminate the 1-and-1, but it also creates less free throws and more flow to the game. It seems that way.
It simulates 4 quarters.
Without stopping the clock.
Without stopping the clock, exactly right.
Little stutter.
Watch Eli Pepper right here. Midtgaard's going to get inside, and Pepper. Pepper, a former high school football star who was offered a scholarship by Murray State.
He was a heck of a high school wide receiver before picking basketball, and Casey Alexander was happy that he did. And it was a shot clock issue, so now they have put the shot clock at 20 seconds. And a reach-in foul called on Kenny Cooper as he tried to jump around Asbjorn Midtgaard and get the steal. So 3 team fouls called on Lipscomb. So they only have 1 more foul to give. If they get to that 5th foul before we get to the 10-minute mark of the first half, it's an automatic 2 free throws for Wichita State until we get to 9:59 on the clock, and the fouls will zero out. There's a push-off on Samaje Haynes-Jones. So now Wichita State has also committed 3 fouls.
Regarding the rules, Bob, I think the wider lane actually helps Lipscomb because they love to throw it in there to Marbury and now Sadula, who's come in the game. Outstanding young big man.
So do you notice a difference in play at all, wider lane and the three-point line? Is that affecting half-court basketball at all?
Not so much in the NIT, although this Lipscomb team, I think it could really help them because of the way they love to post it.
A three won't go down for Garrison Matthews. McDuffie has been quiet so far, and now he travels to bring us to our first commercial timeout. 5-point early lead for Lipscomb over Wichita State in the NIT semis.
If we do this, we'd be going in short-handed.
Yeah, you mean because they killed all our friends?
We owe this to everyone who's not in this room to try.
You could not live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me.
Tickets on sale now.
It's not just the ships, the armor, or the aircraft. It's something more. It's the will to fight and determination to win, found inside each and every Marine that answers a nation's call. Battles won.
We need a better Mom? Network.
Ooh, that is a bad one.
Where did I go?
Ooh, that's not good.
Don't worry. With Boost, you get a super reliable, super fast nationwide network.
Really?
Yeah, plus 4 lines, each with unlimited gigs for $100 a month.
Time for a switch?
Oh, I'm back.
No more resting glitch face.
How's this space? Switch to Boost and get 4 lines, each with unlimited gigs for $100 a month. Plus, get 4 free LG Stylo 4 phones. All on Boost's super reliable, super fast nationwide network.
The right hug makes all the difference. Michelin wiper blades with exclusive SmartFlex technology hug your windshield like our tires hug the road for better visibility. See clearly, drive safely.
Sonic's new BBLTs are great.
Yeah, the BB stands for bacon bacon.
And the LT stands for look at those tomatoes.
Well,
Sonic's new $3.99 BBLT in tots. Hurry, bacon goes fast. And try order ahead to get happy hour anytime.
All right, guys, welcome to New York, Lipscomb. I am here with Kenny Cooper and Rob Marbury from Lipscomb. And, you know, we thought maybe to introduce the nation to who you guys are. You ready?
A small private school in Nashville, Tennessee. What's up, baby?
I think some students, some fans, they paint it every single year. It always looks good. So throughout the season, they always change it up a little bit, but it always looks awesome. Pierce,
Our
right?
high school coach.
Yep. Shout out to John Pierce. Hope he's here tonight.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
He will be here. Awesome. Awesome. Man. That's awesome.
This is so lame because people still play Fortnite, but favorite Fortnite dance right now, the floss.
Well, I don't know how the floss looked, but I can tell you that Kenny and Rob were absolutely great. And what's better than, you know, having the all-time college basketball leading scorer as your high school coach, guys? Come on.
Well, let's explain that, Brooke, because Lipscomb was former NAIA power under a great coach, Don Meyer. And John Pierce is the all-time leading scorer in all of college basketball history. And, of course, also the second leading scorer, Phil Hutchinson, is now the athletic director. So they played more games than Division I back then. They went Division I in 1999, but a real power in NAIA for many years. We had champions of NAIA in 1986. A great program through the years, and now making it on the D1 level.
And Garrison Matthews closing in on 2,500 points for his career. He's the #1 all-time scorer for Lipscomb in their NCAA Division I era. But he's only the 4th leading scorer all-time in program history. That means other guys have filled it up. That's a lot of points.
Yeah, that's good. Well, and anybody who's coached knows the impact Don Meyer had on the game. He's one of the great teachers in basketball. A lot of us learned a lot of hoops from him.
McDuffie with a long 2. His first bucket cuts it to a 3-point Lipscomb lead.
I remember his senior year in high school, I asked his coach, the great Bob Hurley, why did he choose Wichita? Why is he going halfway across the country? And he said, Greg Marshall did a great job of selling him on a vision of playing in a winning program, and that's certainly what Marcus has done over 4 years. Jersey City out to the Midwest, the Great Plains.
Doesn't need much room to knock down a three. Torres with a no-look kick to the corner. Too strong from Eric Stevenson.
Well, guys, Greg Marshall was absolutely heated in their last timeout. In the huddle, he looked at his guys right in the eye and he said, "You are not executing. We can't even get a pass off against their defense. So if we're not doing that, we're definitely not getting any good looks. You guys have got to execute."
Well, in the A-Sun, this is the #1 scoring team in the league in Lipscomb. Also the #3 defensive team, but losing a heartbreaker to Liberty in their championship game. But you could see they had all the talent in the world to get to the semifinals here at the Garden of the NIT.
And we saw how good Liberty was in the NCAA tournament, winning the game.
At three, off the mark from the lefty, Matt Rose. Ricky Torres to Stevenson again. Right back to Torres for a wide open one. And a long rebound. It's run down by Demarius Burton. Burton weaves his way through traffic to the bucket.
Pretty good looking freshman. He has played a lot of minutes this year for Greg Marshall. Greg's really excited about these young guys in this rebuilding season.
Matthews gets the roll.
What a show he put on down in Raleigh, getting 44. He had 24 in the second half in that great 94-93 win over the Wolfpack to get to New York.
Torres, a little too cute with the pass. Midgard couldn't handle. Matthews scoops and scores at the other end. Garrison Matthews putting on a show here in the first 8 minutes. McDuffie, a step back triple. Gets his own miss off the tip for Midgard. Stevenson uses the screen. Another miss on a wide open look, and the rebound to Matt Rose. Ethan Moran, a backdoor cut. Extra pass, Marbury. Terrific ball movement. Unable to connect though with Matthews.
Now, this is a Lipscomb team that went to TCU in November. When TCU was ranked and knocked them off, they played Louisville and Clemson extremely close this year. This team is certainly not afraid of the moment.
Although there's a lid on the basket for both teams. Really everyone other than Garrison Matthews to this point. 14-6, and Matthews has half the game's points. Acceleration from McDuffie. He scores. It's a hockey game as we've got a line change set at midcourt for both teams. Torres with the steal. A little Euro step crossover, and he will go to the line when we come back. Marcus McDuffie, first team All-NBC last year, second team All-AAC this year. A New Jersey native with quite a personality. We'll introduce you to him when we come back.
Order any pizza and a 2-liter online or with our mobile app and get the 2-liter free from Little Caesars. Just confirm your final order, enter the promo code FREE2L, pay, then pick up your favorite pizza and free Mountain Dew 2-liter.
Pizza, pizza.
Huge mistake.
Kevin Harvick.
Choose Mobil 1 Synthetic instead. It protects engines better than conventional motor oil.
Really?
Seriously. It keeps engines in excellent condition for over 250,000 miles.
You expect me to believe a paid spokesman?
Well, how about an unpaid spokesman?
Not getting paid for this?
You are. Get 250,000 miles of protection. Upgrade to Mobile One.
The right hug makes all the difference. Michelin wiper blades with exclusive SmartFlex technology hug your windshield like our tires hug the road for better visibility. See clearly, drive safely.
You've been here before. On top of the world, where even the air feels alive. And the energy reconnects you with the best parts of what makes you, you. Asheville. Come hang out. Let your spirit run free. Visit exploreasheville.com.
Imagine your life as an HVAC technician, installing and repairing heating, refrigeration, and AC systems. Almost all buildings have them, and that means opportunity and stable work for those with solid HVAC skills. A Fortis education can make it happen for you and your family. Start your career in the skilled trades today by calling Fortis at 1-800-700-9111 or visit fortis.edu.
We behind Times Square right here. You already know, the city that never sleeps. Never sleeps. A lot of cars going by. They're not afraid to hit you, okay? They are not afraid. You gotta look both ways, okay? Minnie? Elmo? Come on. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Look, this New York right here for you. NYPD right here. How you doing, sir? Nice to meet you. You know, we just doing a nice little tour guide. You know, Wichita State basketball. You know, tell them about New York right now.
I can't do interviews.
You can't do interviews? I'm sorry, man. Look how juicy the croissants are. Like that's what I'm telling you, man. No, I ain't saying New York was cheap. You know, 6 hot dogs, 30. Ooh, yeah. That's what we do out here, cause it's so good. It's worth the price. It's so fire. You feel me? And you ever see McDonald's with 2 floors? They got 2 floors in there, man. You know, this is where you stand up and just watch. You know, all the billboards. You know, there's just so many advertisements and things like that. That's why New York is, you know, one of the biggest cities, one of the best cities in the country.
Marcus McDuffie, who took over our walking tour of Times Square yesterday from right across the river in Paterson, New Jersey, played for Bob Hurley at St. Anthony's, ends up in Wichita, obviously has spent enough time in Wichita that he is now, when he comes home, impressed by a double-decker McDonald's, which clearly, for all of those of us, Brand, as you know, that are New York City area natives, that really is our most impressive feature. We've got a 2-story McDonald's in Times Square. Treat yourself. You got to check it out when you come here.
Well, and all of his teammates are none of them from the New York area, so he provided himself being a great tour guide for the guys who are staying up at the Marriott Marquis. Marcus has had a great career.
For McDuffie, by the way, was originally ruled at 2. They went to the monitor during break and double-checked. It was a 3-pointer that he hit before our last commercial break. So an extra point for Wichita State. And now a couple of Lipscomb turnovers with Garrison Matthews out of the game. We've got a 3-point lead for the Bisons. Backdoor cut. Eric Stevenson.
Greg,
look for Echenique.
Yeah, Greg Marshall simplified his offense during this last half of the year, and they play with more freedom than they did early when they've had veteran teams. They've been more set play oriented. This team, he's given them a little more freedom to express themselves, and it was a great coaching job, Bob. They've won 14 of 17 since the end of January. He was telling us today that things look bleak. Early part of the year. This is a guy not used to losing.
Started off 1-6 in the American and rebounded to have a 10-8 conference record by the end of the year. Both teams with 4 team fouls, so both are out of fouls to give for the next 5 seconds as it goes back to Wichita State. Now as the Shockers bring the ball up the floor, you will see the clock go from 10 minutes down to 9:59. And those fouls will zero out, and we'll start over again with a 5-foul limit in the next 10 minutes.
What that does is that speeds the game up because you don't have the parade to the foul line.
Echenique on the offensive left.
That you normally would if you were just keeping those fouls by halves. I'm a proponent of 4 quarters. This game, the men's game at Division I, is the only game in basketball around the world that's not 4 quarters right now.
A little run here for Wichita State as they've got the lead. Brown with that rebound. Here comes Haynes Jones.
Their athleticism on the defensive end, Bob, has taken Lipscomb out of their rhythm. Casey Alexander was concerned about that yesterday.
It's an 8-0 Shockers run. Shot clock down to 8. It's for Dennis in the corner. 3 to shoot. He forces up a 3. And the rebound pulled down by Eli Pepper again. Kenny Cooper short. Echenique with the rebound. Shockers with numbers. They will push. Haynes Jones right to the cup.
That's a young man trying to finish up a great 2-year career at Wichita. He grew up and went to school 3 miles from the campus.
Echenique protects the rim and rejects Cooper. Again, the shot clock winding down. Again, it's Stevenson looking for room and draws the foul. A reach in is called.
And there you go, Bob. Watch the athleticism of Haynes Jones right there. He went to Wichita East High School, lost his mom to cancer before his senior year. They still went on and won a state title. Grade suffered, wound up going to junior college right up the road in Hutchinson, which is a long suburb from Wichita, about 30 miles or so. Came back and is having a stellar senior year. Always wanted to play for the Shockers.
Duffy with a step back. Got it.
He is a tough shot maker, Marcus McDuffie. They have taken Lipscomb out of their offensive rhythm, which is not easy to do, but their athleticism has really bothered the Bisons.
And they've missed their last 6 in a row. Although get it to the front of the rim and get it to Rob Marbury. First team, all A-Sun each of the last 2 years. And he is able to break the drought.
And that's the first time since the beginning of the game they've been able to go inside to Marbury.
Shake and bake by Haynes Jones. Won't go. Here comes Garrison Matthews. He will accelerate. Blocked by Dexter Dennis. Haynes Jones attacks the other way. That's blocked by Buckley. Lining one up is Buckley. The long rebound to Marbury. We'll go at Echenique. Spins baseline. That's way off the mark.
Now that's good defense because he does not like to turn to his left shoulder. And Echenique forced him to the weak side of his offense.
Dennis rattles home a 3. Largest lead for Wichita State, but right back the other way, Marbury. Second time here in the first half, and I'm sure Greg Marshall doesn't want to see this. A layup for Lipscomb off a made basket by Wichita.
Yes, especially if it's Marbury, because as good as Matthews is, the offense functions best when Marbury gets touches.
Dennis for 3. Wichita State with another triple.
That young man is likely to be the Shockers' next star. He had some game out in Indiana, as you saw.
The answer. Matt Rose, the lefty, is able to connect. Lipscomb now 2 of 12 from 3, but 2 of 12 looks a whole heck of a lot better than 1 for 11. Acceleration, and just a little too strong. Demarius Burton on the layup attempt. Here comes Kenny Cooper. Buckland is blocked by Echenique. Dennis blocked by Matthews. There's been a block party at both ends by both teams here in the first half. Matthews, quick trigger. Yes.
I don't know if you noticed, but that was an NBA three.
Hot shooting. The offense is heated up here at the Garden. We've got a timeout.
March Madness got you doing the what just happened whale? Pick up a pepperoni stuffed pizzone. That's right, people. It's back. Now part of the $5 lineup from Pizza Hut. Official pizza of March Madness.
Opportunity will knock. Be prepared to invite it in. Comfort, fit, service. Get ready for greatness at Joseph A. Bank.
The right hug makes all the difference. Michelin wiper blades with exclusive SmartFlex technology hug your windshield like our tires hug the road for better visibility. See clearly, drive safely.
Date night at DQ with their amazing new chicken and waffles basket.
Chicken strips.
Belgian waffles.
Savory.
Sweet.
My lady.
My man.
Your daughter.
I love our daughter.
DQ. Happy tastes good.
Tonight, get parenting tips from Mike Baxter. Encourage their passions.
I made my special granola.
This is what happens when you don't teach your kid about sports.
Inspire fearlessness.
There's nothing wrong with kids getting hurt. You had an older sister, but she just kept running around the house with scissors.
And never forget, Dad's always right.
My dad said, stay out till the streetlights come on. And we lived in a neighborhood that did not have streetlights.
For more tips, catch Last Man Standing on its new night tonight, all night long, on WGN America Channel 307.
Date night at DQ with their amazing new chicken and waffles basket.
Chicken strips.
Belgian waffles.
Savory.
Sweet.
My lady.
My man.
Your daughter.
I love our daughter.
DQ. Happy tastes good.
A slow start offensively between Wichita State and Lipscomb until this last sequence. 1 point lead for the Shockers. Bob Wischusen, Fran Fraschilla, learning a little basketball with Fran and how important Rob Marbury is to Lipscomb.
Because this is a really good three-point shooting team, they want to get the ball inside first to Marbury, and then when you start to crowd Marbury, the shooters get open shots. But when they stay on the perimeter, those defensive players, Lipscomb does a great job of sealing Marbury's man and just throwing it over the top. Easy play, and we'll show you on the replay. I want you to watch how they move that ball. Look at all the white shirts on that three-point line. The defender fronts him, and there's nobody on the backside. If Marbury starts to establish that, Bob, Greg Marshall makes the adjustment. He puts a second defender in there, and then the threes start to open up.
Possession was our best one where Marbury got that close bucket. He said, you're jacking a three, you're jacking a three, you're jacking a three. Pointing at everyone in the huddle, he said, these are the types of shots we want. Let's go more inside and be patient.
Well, they go inside, the Shockers do, and Isaiah Poorbear Chandler is able to draw the foul, so he will go to the free throw line. And there is the ASUN Coach of the Year, Casey Alexander. 6th year at Lipscomb.
He was an outstanding point guard at Belmont for Rick Byrd, who just announced his retirement yesterday. The Bruins, great head coach, highly successful through the years. Another great team this year. And Casey spent 16 years as an assistant at Belmont before heading to Stetson University and then back home to Nashville, where he grew up, played at Brentwood Academy, Belmont, point guard.
You can catch every moment of the 2019 National Invitation Tournament on the ESPN family of networks. And for more information, you can always visit ncaa.com, your home for all 90 NCAA championships. Eric Stevenson picks up the foul.
Well, you know, Bob, what kind of road Belmont had. They started this NIT with a road game at Davidson, knocked them off, then beat a good Greensboro team before beating NC State on the road. So they're used to winning away from home.
The defense for Wichita State collapses, but McDuffie couldn't control the loose ball and kicked it out of bounds. Never gaining possession, though, the Shockers, so the shot clock is at 9. Wolf is shut down by poor Bear Chandler.
Good hands. They had the guy rolling to the basket for Red Chandler. Good defense, yeah.
Finds the trailer, and it's Matthews.
A great end-to-end by Kenny Cooper. He started with the steal, and then, of course, like he's done time and time again, he found Garrison Matthews.
Poor Bear Chandler. Line drive jumper, missed everything.
I don't think the Bisons are yet comfortable handing that athleticism, but they've got the lead. They're not playing their best basketball yet.
Off the mark, drawing contact was Hassan Angela, but he was not able to get a call. And we've got an injury at the other end as McDuffie misses. Slow coming up the floor is the freshman for Lipscomb, Jake Wolf, and he is going to limp over to the bench. One-point lead for Lipscomb. The winner advances to the title game of the NIT on Thursday night.
Thunder Timberwolves, Sunday on ABC.
There's a community where innovation and service join forces to create leadership that lasts. Since 1891, Lipscomb has been centered on academic excellence and impacted the world through the lives of our students, faculty, staff, and alumni. Vital to Nashville and influencing the world, Lipscomb advances a model of leadership grounded in service and inspired by faith. This is Lipscomb.
We got you something. It's a deep, deep dish pepperoni and bacon pizza, and we gift wrapped it with over 3.5 feet of bacon. You've been working so hard. We love you. Get a Little Caesars large bacon wrapped deep, deep dish pizza for just $12. Try our convenient app and Pizza Portal pickup.
Pizza.
We need a better Mom? Network.
Ooh, that is a bad one.
Where did I go?
Ooh, that's not good.
Don't worry. With Boost, you get a super reliable, super fast nationwide network. Really?
Yeah, plus 4 lines, each with unlimited gigs for $100 a month.
Time for a switch? Oh, I'm back.
No more resting glitch face.
How's this space? Switch to Boost and get 4 lines, each with unlimited gigs for $100 a month. Plus, get 4 free LG Stylo 4 phones, all on Boost's super reliable, super fast nationwide network.
Hello, folks. What floor?
Oh, we're car shopping.
Ah, you're going down. Way down. This floor, root canal.
Oh, this is bad.
This floor, the top.
Your body's changing. My body changed. Even Grandma's body.
Car shopping, off you go.
No, sorry, we're getting a Hyundai.
Yeah, we used Shopper Assurance.
Hyundai, going up.
Hyundai Shopper Assurance. Transparent pricing, streamlined purchase, a 3-day worry-free exchange, and test drives that come to you.
Not so fast, Captain Colin. Back it up.
It's car shopping made better.
The right hug makes all the difference. Michelin wiper blades with exclusive SmartFlex technology hug your windshield like our tires hug the road. For better visibility, see clearly, drive safely.
Seth, Dallin, Zubin coming up at the half. Why experience matters more than anything at that other
Final Four, that other Final Four. As for this one, what have you seen so far?
Yeah, experience of Lipscomb, older team. They want to be there. They're playing hard. Wichita State, a younger team, looking for something to prove. Defending better in the second half of this half.
When I think about Wichita State, I think about playing angry. Right now, this team is more like playing upset. Franny, what do they have to do to play angry?
Go get Anthony early, Fred Van Vliet, and Ron Baker. And they will play angry, but to Seth's point, Greg Marshall likes these young guys and the way they develop. This is a bridge year for them. In 2011, Bob, they won the NIT and used it as a springboard to go to 7 straight NCAA tournaments, including that Final Four. And he's looking to start it all over again with this NIT in 2019.
Well, one thing Greg Marshall told us specifically about Marcus McDuffie and Samaje Haynes-Jones was how much off the inbound Dennis able to lay one in. How proud he has been of those two, especially because he said with all these JUCO guys coming in and with the freshmen kind of a transition year, and they knew it was going to be a rough ride, they could have just featured their own game, been a little bit more selfish, and said, I'm going to try and show everyone what I can do to become a pro. And they didn't play that way, that they really blended their game and had tremendous patience bringing along the 10 newcomers on this season's roster.
And I think those newcomers in turn wanted to get this guy, Marcus McDuffie, back to New York. To send him off on a great note in what's been a very good career. Injured early last year, but by and large a wonderful run for the young man from Patterson, New Jersey.
Although Jamie Echenike just set a moving screen, so that's his second foul. 2.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Each team still with a couple of fouls to get. At 3, in and out for Nathan Moran. An offensive rebound, allowing the flybys. Matthews can't connect. Here's Haynes-Jones the other way. Shot fake by McDuffie. And missed. Back. And falls to Kenny Cooper. Lob it into Asajula. He lays it in.
Oh, there's that play over the top again. If you front those postmen, all you got to do is seal that defender on the outside, and Moran had a nice angle to drop it over the top.
Haynes-Jones for 3. And Asajula able to wall off mid-guard, grab the rebound. 2019 NCAA Men's Final Four begins Saturday on CBS at 6 Eastern with Auburn, Virginia, battling for an opportunity at the National Championship. For more information, you can go to ncaa.com.
Our guy Greg, Chris Beard did something really cool on Monday. He called Tom Izzo, who he's coaching against on Saturday, and he just said, I wanted to congratulate you and tell you how much of a thrill it is to be able to coach against you. And Tom gave him all sorts of advice. One of them was get the tickets out of the way today.
Right.
Don't worry about the game today. Get the tickets out of the way, because that's the logistics of getting to Minneapolis with your travel party is pretty overwhelming.
Leading up to the tournament, having done the Big 12 with you all season, people of course asking me what I thought of the Big 12 team's chances. And of course, I think probably both said that Texas Tech has the best chance of the teams in that league to get there. I described them, I thought, as the Big 12's version of Virginia, that they play lockdown defense. But this is one of the first years that you really felt like Tech could score when they needed to score. But I really, in my heart of hearts, did not think that the Big 12 had a Final Four team in it. And yet, there's Texas Tech.
Absolutely.
Pepper goes over the top of Burton for the rebound.
Lipscomb has not played great in the first half, Bob, and they lead by 3.
Matthews an NBA 3. Short. Asajula, though, over the top of poor Bear Chandler to lay it in. Quick timeout called by Casey Alexander, so we'll step aside for 30 seconds and come right back to the Garden.
do great rivalries begin? The tension builds over decades.
Down to 2, it's a 3. Good!
Sometimes it happens in the play, yes.
Look out here. Irving.
You never know when it's going to pop off. All it takes is one big play, and it's on.
Kawhi Leonard, good!
Giannis.
Our biggest rivals, whoever we're playing that night.
3 on the way! Yes! Paul George nails it!
Back here at the Garden, where Thursday night here on ESPN, we'll have the NIT Championship game for you at 7, and then right after that, it is the 31st annual College Slam Dunk and Three-Point Championship from the Target Center in Minneapolis. Not only on ESPN, but as always, streaming live on the ESPN app. So a different kind of basketball doubleheader for you on Thursday night. The dunk contest and the three-point contest right after we finish up with the NIT Championship. The winner of Wichita State Lipscomb will advance. Speaking of the Big 12, to take on the winner of a Big 12 matchup in semifinal number 2 coming up a little bit later on. TCU and Texas meet for the 3rd time this year.
All the way in New York City at Madison Square Garden. TCU won both games this year, beat Texas, really hurt Texas' chances of going to the NCAA tournament on the final day of the regular season with a win over Austin.
Another steal by Kenny Cooper, and Haynes Jones not only commits the foul, but comes up late. So Samaje Haynes-Jones with a limp and his 2nd foul. Also puts Wichita State over the limit.
Kenny Cooper has really done a great job of harassing Shockers ball handlers tonight. Young man from Nashville. Let's watch right here. It's Samaje Haynes-Jones planted, and he's still kind of looking around. I think they're going to get him out on the 2nd free throw.
And they make the jump to 5 because that's the 2nd Wichita State foul in the last 2 minutes. So that's kind of a copy of the NBA rule as well. If you are, in these experimental rules, granted 5 fouls in each 10-minute segment, but if you've got less than 4 fouls before we get to 2 minutes, and we jump right to a 2-foul limit in the last 2 minutes, that puts Wichita State over.
Yeah, too confusing for me. I don't like that rule.
I'll go over it again with you.
Yeah, no, I know. I get it. I just too confusing for
thought you were lost.
No, the fans will never understand that rule.
Chandler goes down, gets back up, looks to set the screen, and instead it is rejected by Stevenson, and he draws a foul. Go on Garrison Matthews, that's his first. And the first Lipscomb foul in the last 2 minutes. See, they are now out of fouls to give. Shot clock turned off. Torres will allow Stevenson to back it out.
Little zone here by Lipscomb.
Hurt. Looking for a backdoor cutter. Poor Bear Chandler has it in his hands after it was fumbled by Pepper. Good if it goes by Matthews from midcourt. So Wichita State able to end the first half with a bucket. And we've got a 5-point lead for Lipscomb at the break. Let's head over to Brooke Weisbrod.
Coach Garrett Matthews with 18 first-half points. How do you expect Wichita State to adjust defensively?
Well, he's earned them, I'll say that. They haven't given them to him yet, but, you know, they're trying to bust through some screens as the half went along. He's got to back cut a little bit to loosen them up, but he's a hard cover.
You addressed your team's shot selection in one of the huddles here. What types of shots do you want to see in the second half?
Well, we need much more efficiency offensively. You know, I mean, they're going to give us NBA threes early in the clock. You know, I don't think those are good enough. We've got good shooters, but no reason to be that rushed.
Thank you, Coach.
Neither team able to manage better than 35% in the first half. 5-point lead for Lipscomb. Time for the halftime report with Zubin, Seth, and Down. Zubin.
Bob, thank you very much. So Wichita's been able to handle a 1, 2, and a 3 seed. Having trouble right now with a 5. We're inside the halftime report. Seth Dallin, Zubin here. Thoughts on the first half?
You heard Coach, he was right. They got to work on their shot selection. It's not easy, though. Wichita State's a good defensive team. They've played well defensively. Lipscomb also has got to rebound the ball. Wichita State can be challenged offensively. You can't give them more points. They've got 8 second chance points.
Yeah, when I look at this Wichita State team, they're fronting and three-quartering in the post and getting pushed up the lane. You know, they've got to, once you get the guy up the lane, you got to get back around and seal. And now you can stay home on those shooters. But if you continue to get pushed up the lane with the weak side emptied out, that's a hard guard. And on the other end, I think the Wichita State's just got to move the ball a little bit better and be a little more aggressive, trying to get downhill, get to the line.
Speaking of aggressive, Kentucky certainly was with Coach Cal. 10 years, 9 tournaments, 4 Final Fours, 1 championship, and 1 lifetime deal. What do you make of it?
I think it was a smart move. It was good for Coach Cal. It was really good for Kentucky. If John Calipari leaves Kentucky, who are you hiring? Yeah. You can't find another John Calipari. You know what? He embraces the Big Blue Nation. They are crazy, and he enjoys their craziness. They are his drug, and he works to kind of keep them happy. I think it's a perfect fit. I think it's a great move by Kentucky.
I think it's good from a player's perspective, too. It is. I mean, we know we've talked about it. He wants to go with one-and-done guys. But not every guy's a one-and-done guy. Even if you think you are, you still may be there 1, 2, even 3 years. Now you have stability. You know that every job that comes up, Cal's name is first mentioned. Now you can have a little comfort knowing that he's not going anywhere.
And let's face it, you're talking about, like everyone's talking about, you know, lifetime contract. The dude makes $9 million a year. He's made $9 million a year for a long time. It's not like his pockets aren't filled with cash.
Pretty good gig.
I mean, he'll be fine financially, whether, you know, hey, if he's not winning, he'll leave before they can run him out anyway. $9 million a year. What do you do every month?
Fair enough, fair enough. A lot of Coach Cal's teams have known to not have a ton of experience, but when we return, the guys will tell us why this year's Final Four teams are full of it and why it matters so much this weekend in Minneapolis. That's next.
Huge mistake.
Kevin Harvick.
Choose Mobil 1 Synthetic instead. It protects engines better than conventional motor oil.
Really?
Seriously. It keeps engines in excellent condition for over 250,000 miles.
You expect me to believe a paid spokesman?
Well, how about an unpaid spokesman?
Not getting paid for this?
You are.
Get 250,000 miles of protection. Upgrade to Mobil 1.
These days, you can't go anywhere without your phone in your hand. So to keep it secure when your hands are busy, WeatherTech invented the cup phone. With removable cups, the cup phone fits any size cup holder and adjusts to secure virtually any size phone. Tilts for perfect viewing, even allows easy access while charging. So if you're driving, boating, or even golfing, it fits perfectly. Whatever you drive, whatever phone you have, Cup Phone is the perfect fit. Order your American-made Cup Phone today at WeatherTech.com.
There are those who see the challenges facing the nation and say, send me. They fight for country. They fight for honor. They fight to win. Do you have what it takes? Find out at GoArmy.com/warriors.
Wendy's Biggie Bag, huh?
It's everything you ever wanted for just $5.
Everything I ever wanted?
That's right. A bacon double stack with a quarter-pound of fresh beef, nuggets, fries, and a drink for just $5. Wendy's Biggie Bag is everything you ever wanted.
The right hug makes all the difference. Michelin wiper blades with exclusive SmartFlex technology hug your windshield like our tires hug the road for better visibility. See clearly, drive safely.
When I was younger, I didn't want to admit I had a serious disease. I wanted to fit in. I wanted to be a normal kid. Because of my diabetes, I lost the sight in my left eye. Misconceptions continue to surround this monster public health issue. But the simple truth is, diabetes can often be prevented and complications avoided. I think if I had just been open and honest about what my challenges were, I think it would have been easier for me to take better care of myself. If you don't take care of yourself when you're younger with this condition, it will catch up to you later on. You're going to find the courage to manage this disease for the rest of your life by reaching out for help. Reach out to people who care about you. Reach out to people who know how to help you with this disease. You're not alone. Understand the realities of diabetes and know that you can manage it and lead a full, active life.
We all have a hunger.
for redemption.
To dream.
To be legendary.
To play for a national title.
The Final Four.
Friday at 7 on ESPN2.
Indeed, Friday and Sunday. As for the men, Saturday and Monday. Virginia and Auburn will start us out at US Bank Stadium, and then Michigan State and Texas Tech. One thing Michigan State has loads of, as you know, is experience. Same deal with Virginia. Why it matters. Percentage of points scored by class. Take a look at where the upperclassmen are. Nobody hooping at a better rate than juniors and seniors up there with sophomores. The freshmen, one and done sport down there at 7%. Stands worth reasoning. Kenny Goins, a fifth-year senior, hit one of the biggest shots of the Elite Eight this weekend. Why does experience matter so much? Why does that bar graph look the way it is?
Shared experiences. Guys have been there and in that situation. All right, they're tougher, they're more physically mature, and they can execute. And you think about that Duke game down the stretch. You look at Duke, as talented as they were, and then look at the execution coming out of timeouts for a Michigan State. They're more mature, they're tougher, they have shared experiences, and they understand how to deal with adversity just a little bit better.
For sure. When that one play that exemplified it in that Michigan State game was that Goins 3. It was a screen down, simple down screen. And Trey Jones and Zion Williamson didn't communicate it. Were they going to switch it? Is somebody going to go over it? They don't talk. Goins is wide open. And that's your ball game. You can have, the margins are that small. When you're a young group, you haven't done it before, that's how you can fall. And they were uber talented, but they didn't have enough experience to get through.
Think about the first play of the second half. They go dribble handoff, back screen. It's something that Tom Izzo runs all the time. Boom. Anthony Henry, the leading freshman scorer of all the teams in the Final Four. How many points, Zub? You know everything.
How many? Tell me.
Oh, you don't know?
I don't.
I was going to give you $100.
Actually.
6 points a game.
Is that right?
Leading freshman scorer.
Wow.
It's Anthony Henry.
And I will say that now 2 teams have been successful. The 15 Duke team and the 12 Kentucky team. Those guys had a couple upperclassmen that made them a little different than what we're looking at.
I can't believe you didn't know Aaron Henry. I asked you a question you didn't have the answer to, and you're going to do hours of hockey this evening? That's unbelievable.
I apologize. I let you down. Back to wrap it up after this.
This Masters moment brought to you by Mercedes-Benz. 1994. 5 birdies in Friday's second round put Spaniard Jose Maria Olazabal in strong contention for the green jacket. But Sunday, in the final round, Olazabal had to fend off a challenge from American newcomer Tom Lehman. It was a 30-foot eagle put on 15 that gave Olazabal an edge, as he won the Masters tournament by 2 shots.
Hey, Mercedes, how about letting your hair down a little?
How about a car for people who don't play golf?
Hey, Mercedes!
Mix it up a little.
How about something for a guy who doesn't want a corner office?
Hey, Mercedes, I don't even own a tie. I think I need a mahogany dashboard.
Hey, Mercedes, can you make it a little cooler in here?
I'm setting the temperature to 68 degrees.
We hear you. We made a car that does too. The all-new A-Class. All-new thinking starting at $32,500.
Opportunity will knock. Be prepared to invite it in. Comfort, fit, service. Get ready for greatness at Joseph A. Bank.
Reese's eggs are back, and we hit them somewhere you'll never find. Psych! We put them everywhere. Grocery stores and supermarkets, gas stations, and chiropractors' offices, bowling alleys and grocery stores, which we already mentioned. Not sorry, Reese's.
AI unlocks the art of science.
When you open a bottle of beer, I don't think many people actually know the level of science that's filled into that bottle. Back in time, it took Carlsberg several years to produce a new beer. But using Microsoft Artificial Intelligence, we will be able to detect new flavors in a split second and develop better beers faster.
With AI, we redefine what's possible.
So cheers.
No one knows where it comes from. Why some have it and some don't. It's the fighting spirit. It consumes fear and weakness. It stands ready to fight whatever shape the battle takes. Because as long as there are battles, there will always be Marines.
TGI Friday's one and only sizzling chicken, shrimp, and cheese, all new whiskey flat iron steak, and the tastiest sizzling street noodles. New sizzling entrees starting at $10. TGI Fridays, the home of endless apps, every night.
The right hug makes all the difference. Michelin wiper blades with exclusive SmartFlex technology hug your windshield like our tires hug the road for better visibility. See clearly, drive safely.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NCAA for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any picture, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NCAA's consent is prohibited.
The brand new ESPN app, now with ESPN Plus. Get more ESPN and download now.
On the way next, Texas TCU, third meeting of the season. Coach, the Horns looking for their first win against the Frogs.
Yeah, you talk about Texas, talk about Osakowski in the block as a senior, but really this NIT has been all about Courtney Ramey. He's been absolutely terrific. This is a starting point for the future. When you think about Texas, it's like spring football practice for these guys.
And for TCU on the other side, you're right, Coach. But this is a conference opponent, so you're gonna. It's no desire
and a recruiting opponent.
Exactly, that you're not going to be up for. This is not just about tonight for these guys, the program too going forward, but about tonight. You're playing in the Garden. You're playing a conference opponent. You're going to bring what you have. You're going to bring your best game. And it is hard to beat teams 3 times. We hear that all the time, 3 times in a season. I don't necessarily subscribe to that.
Double revenge? You're not buying into double revenge?
They didn't defend, and they're a better offensive team than they have been in recent years.
You should have told that to Kentucky.
True, I should let them know.
Garrison Matthews, efficiency, 18 points in 17 minutes. They're a half away from advancing to the final.
This Masters moment brought to you by AT&T. 1989. In a sudden death playoff with Nick Faldo, Scott Hoke had 2 putts to win. His first attempt went 2 feet past. The next lives on in Masters infamy.
Can you believe it? Scott Hoke can't.
And on the next hole, Faldo sank a 25-foot birdie putt for the win. And the first of his back-to-back Green Jackets.
Tanner again from downtown.
It feels like everyone's downtown, Ken, and with such a vibrant restaurant and art scene, who can blame them? You know, I wandered into a tapas restaurant the other night, ordered 3 of those small plates. That was not enough. So then I got 9. It was too much. But, you know, I paid for it, so I ate it all.
Just okay is not okay, whether it's announcers or wireless networks. AT&T is America's best wireless network, according to America's biggest test. Now with 5G evolution, the first step to 5G. More for your thing. That's our thing.
Huge mistake.
Kevin Harvick.
Choose Mobil 1 Synthetic instead. It protects engines better than conventional motor oil.
Really?
Seriously. It keeps engines in excellent condition for over 250,000 miles.
You expect me to believe a paid spokesman?
Well, how about an unpaid spokesman?
Not getting paid for this?
You are.
Get 250,000 miles of protection. Upgrade to Mobil 1.
We switched.
I switched to Chevy.
I switched to Chevy.
We switched to Chevy.
I switched from a Ram to a Chevy.
See why people are switching to Chevy.
We love our Chevy. Why do we switch? Just look at it.
Switch into a new Chevy today. Current competitive owners get 20% below MSRP on most Equinox models when financing with GM Financial. That's over $8,000 on this Equinox.
Baseball's coming at you in a big way.
That's huge!
With MLB Extra Innings on DirecTV. Catch up to 90 out-of-market games a week, no matter where you live. That's every team, every player, every larger-than-life moment. Even watch up to 8 games at once on one channel. And with MLB.TV included, stream the season's biggest plays on any screen for the most big league action anywhere. Tune in to your free preview of MLB Extra Innings now through April 4th.
Eating better is easy when everything is done for you. Meet Freshly, chef-cooked meals ready in minutes. Choose from a weekly menu crafted by our chefs and nutritionists, and we'll deliver fresh to your door. So skip the meal prep, cooking, and cleaning, and start eating healthy without the hassle. To order your chef-cooked meals, just go to Freshly.com. And for a limited time, get $40 off with promo code TV40.
Welcome back to New York City, and here at Madison Square Garden, set for the second half of the NIT semifinals. Game number 1 of our doubleheader. 5-point lead for Lipscomb over Wichita State. Two teams that are a bit of a surprise, a 6 seed and a 5 seed making it to the Garden. Game number 2 coming up as soon as game number 1 is over between Texas and TCU. Bob Wischusen alongside Fran Fraschilla. Brooke Rice-Broad is with us here as well. We expected to see Garrison Matthews put on a show. He certainly did not disappoint in the first half. He's got half his team's points. He's the only guy in the game in double figures so far. He makes some tough shots.
First time I've seen him in person, and he has not disappointed. There's a reason this guy scored almost 2,500 points at Lipscomb. He's not just a great shooter, which he obviously is, but his ability to get to the basket and finish with contact, Bob, very impressive. Former high school football star as well as basketball star. And you can see he's got that rugged frame, and look what he's done in 60 minutes. That's pretty good work.
Yeah, talk about productive, averaging a point a minute if you go back through the NC State game, and the 44 he put up in Raleigh to help get his team here. And he's got 18 already in the first half, about set to start the second half. And Wichita State's going to need more across the board offensively, but especially out of Marcus McDuffie, their leading scorer, and the 4th leading scorer in the American Athletic Conference this season at a little over 18 again.
Yeah, no question. He's got to step it up and kind of take this game over for this young Shocker team.
Chanique misses the first shot of the second half.
If I were Greg Marshall, I'd make sure McDuffie gets some touches.
Picking up right where he left off, Garrison Matthews, and it's the largest lead for Lipscomb.
You know, it's early, but we may see something historic tonight. Just a guy that, who knows, he can go get 40 again the way he's gotten off to this start. And he scored the 44 at Reynolds Coliseum, Bob. Think about the great players who have played in that building against NC State. We're talking guys like Len Bias and Michael Jordan, all the Duke stars through the years, and this kid is the opponent that scored the most points in that building. Amazing, Garrison Matthews.
He goes back door here and draws a foul. Let's go over to Brooke.
Well, guys, head coach Greg Marshall just kind of shaking his head coming out of the locker room. I said, do you have a plan for Matthews specifically? And he said, we just got to limit the amount of spacing that he's getting. As we've seen tonight, he's able to create his own shot, and just literally by looking at the rim, he's been able to get Wichita State guys to bite on the fake. So wouldn't be surprised if we start to see some face guarding here soon from Wichita State.
No, we saw Casey Alexander adjust to that pressure by sending Matthews on a backdoor cut right there. It almost caught the Shockers napping. So I think this guy is used to his star player getting a lot of attention.
Foul on McDuffie, his first.
Good ball movement on the perimeter. They go 4 out. And watch, they'll try to play through Marbury if they can get it inside.
Cooper in the mid-range with the shot clock winding down, comes up short. Samajay Haynes-Jones brings it up. Chanique tries a deep jumper. That's off the heel. Long rebound. It's pulled down. Buckner.
I would start to get the ball, or at least look for McDuffie. They're 2 minutes in.
Matthews creates space, but that one is an air ball. To the corner, but McDuffie was standing on the sideline.
It's always baffling to me when a guy is over there. I believe in the 88-by-44 rule. It's something I learned from Dick DiVenzio years ago. You got to play 88 feet of the court by 44 feet of the court. If you play too far on these sidelines, you're going to step out of bounds. You just got to know court geography right there.
Marbury fumbles it, and then it's a foul. Good job jumping and getting the steal, Jamarius Burton, and he was able to force Marbury into a personal foul. That's Lipscomb's first here in the second half. The offense for Lipscomb seems to be Garrison Matthews making tough shots. So Marcus McDuffie do the same for Wichita State. They'd have to run some plays to try and get him some better looks.
I think they got to get him better looks.
Instead, Mark Murray strips it away from Echenique. Cooper accelerates, blows the layup. Echenique tries to rip it away from Eli Pepper, tosses Pepper to the deck, and the held ball will keep it with Wichita State.
And take a look, this is strength right here. Cooper misses it. Watch the held ball right there, and then Eli Pepper looked like he was in a wrestling match.
He's put in the spin cycle by Echenique.
Jamie Echenique, a young man from Columbia, played at Trinity Valley High School, not far from me, about an hour from Dallas. They once had a player by the name of Sean Kemp at Trinity Valley.
Murray sets up Matthews. A hustle play by Pepper. At three, barely draws iron from Kenny Cooper.
Second time tonight, Kenny Cooper shot an NBA today.
Burton attacks the rim and scores. Flying to the goal, Garrison Matthews. And Greg Marshall looks down the bench and immediately gets Asbjorn Midgard up in a fury at another transition basket given up after a make by Wichita State.
Yeah, Bison's just pushed it.
That's the third time they've gotten a layup or a dunk off of a made bucket by the Shockers as Dexter Dennis knocks down the 15-footer. That has to infuriate, Coach. Certainly looked like it made Craig Marshall angry.
Well, it's a hustle play.
That miss by Matthews, cleared by Echenique. Dexter Dennis, NBA range. Got it! It's a one-point game.
This kid can shoot it now. He hit a three in 16 straight games this year as a freshman.
Backdoor cut Pepper. He lost it.
Now there's Garrison Matthews with his 22nd and 23rd points right here. Getting up the floor. As you mentioned, Bob, they will push it, make or miss. He's going to catch his breath for a minute.
Garrison Matthews gets a chance to get a breather. Eli Pepper goes to the bench for Lipscomb as well. Matthews now has 102 points scored in the NIT. The first player since Alec Peters of Valpo to crack 100. That goes back to 2014. A tip right back to the corner to Dennis. And he is fouled on the floor. Just over 4 minutes gone by here in the second half as Buckland picks up that foul for Lipscomb. A one-point game here at the Garden.
The playoff push is on. Friday on ESPN, presented by State Farm.
It's not just the ships, the armor, or the aircraft. It's something more. It's the will to fight and determination to win, found inside each and every Marine that answers a nation's call. Battles won.
Critics are raving about Jordan Peele's Us.
It's our time now.
It's meant to be watched over and over. Jordan Peele's Us, rated R.
We need a better Mom? Network.
Ooh, that is a bad one.
Where did I go?
Ooh, that's not good.
Don't worry. With Boost, you get a super reliable, super fast nationwide network.
Really?
Yep, plus 4 lines, each with unlimited gigs for $100 a month.
Time for a switch? Oh, I'm back.
No more resting glitch face.
How's this face?
Switch to Boost and get 4 lines, each with unlimited gigs for $100 a month. Plus, get 4 free LG Stylo 4 phones. All on Boost's super reliable, super fast nationwide network.
The right hug makes all the difference. Michelin wiper blades with exclusive SmartFlex technology hug your windshield like our tires hug the road. For better visibility, see clearly, drive safely.
Not much here, except the usual.
What if we spice things up a bit? Alexa.
What if we turn it up a notch?
What if we go off the map?
The all-new RAV4. Toyota, let's go places.
Wichita State made history to make it to Madison Square Garden. They are the first team in the history of the NIT to beat a 3 seed in the first round, which they did over Furman, then beat the 2 seed when they got by Clemson on the road, and then beat the 1 seed last Tuesday night. They went to Bloomington, took about 5 punches from Indiana, and had a counter punch every time. McDuffie had a huge game for the Shockers, and they win by 10. So the first time a team has ever beaten the 3 seed, the 2 seed, and the 1 seed in their portion of the bracket. All 3 wins for the Shockers on the road. It's been a heck of a run to try and get Marcus McDuffie home, and they have done just that. That's been the theme for Greg Marshall.
Absolutely, they've done that, and Lipscomb, on the other hand, has also won 3 games on the road to get here. Another really good accomplishment.
McDuffie off balance and off the back of the rim. Shockers fans and the Shockers themselves thought that that was out of bounds off of Lipscomb. It looked like initially they gave it to the Bisons, but they are going to give it back to the Shockers.
This David Lipscomb team, they've got 14 road wins already this year, Bob. Of course, when you got that kind of experience that they have, it's not surprising.
They're 19-4 on the road going back to last year. McDuffie hangs and draws the foul.
Well, this is what I like. If you're going to go down with your best player getting as many shots or touches as possible. And you can see out of that timeout, Greg Marshall set up some opportunities for Marcus McDuffie to get to the basket.
And for Buckland, that's his 4th foul. So he's going to have to go to the bench. And it looks like Casey Alexander's got 3 subs at the table. So Marcus McDuffie.
This is a young man that I mentioned earlier, played for a great high school coach. You see his accomplishments, and Greg Marshall, I don't know if you're aware of this, Bob, but he's kind of has that type of intensity that a Tom Izzo or Bill Self has. And when I asked Marcus at practice today, he said, Coach, I can handle Coach Marshall. I've played for Bob Hurley for 4 years. So anything that's thrown at me, I've already handled. One of the great coaches in the history of the game and a Naismith Hall of Famer.
Puts Wichita State back on top. Well, unless McDuffie just completely collapses offensively, either in the second half tonight or if they make it to the championship game, he's going to be the all-time single-season scoring leader at Wichita State under Greg Marshall. Cleanthony Early averaged about 16.5 points back in 2014. And Marcus McDuffie averages over 18 a game this year.
Greg Anthony was telling us today about that little kinship with the New York Knicks. He's had 3 guys play here in New York. Ron Baker, Teray Murray, and Cleanthony Early.
Foul on Asbjorn Midgard. His first, quickly to the corner to Rose. And the triple is knocked down as Lipscomb retakes the lead. Matt Rose shoots 39% from behind the arc, and he buries one there.
Sneaky little set play off the inbound by Casey Alexander.
Dexter Dennis can't answer. McDuffie keeps it alive. And he draws the foul along the baseline. And then a little something extra after the whistle. The players have to be separated.
Watch this little quick inbounds play. The inbounder Rose throws it in and gets a quick screen from Marbury. And there's the little fracas inside. That's just typical walking down 7th Avenue right there. Nothing more.
You get more stink eye when you jump the subway line. Through a double team, it's Dennis. To Burton, who weaves his way through traffic and hands to McDuffie. James Jones pulls up and knocks it down.
That's a spot that he likes. He beat SMU from that spot in that game that got everything started.
From the corner, it's Matthews. James Jones with the rebound, trying to break the top. Duffy to Midgard.
Nice catch.
And he is fouled on the floor. Although that is the 5th team foul on Lipscomb, so that is an automatic 2 for Asbjorn Midgard. Kenny Cooper is called for his second. And again, if you're just joining us or have not been following the NIT, the experimental rules they employ in the NIT that could be adopted in all of college basketball, and the Rules Committee may implement this next season. 5 team fouls in each 10-minute segment. Simulating quarters is the rule. So this puts Lipscomb over the 5-foul limit. It's an automatic 2 free throws for the next 4 minutes plus for Wichita State. And when we get to the under 10-minute mark of the first half, the fouls will reset. It eliminates the 1-and-1. But it also eliminates that parade to the free throw line, Fran, when a team picks up, say, their 7th team foul with 8 or 9 minutes to go in a half.
I love that. Again, there's seemingly no reason that the Rules Committee wants to adopt 4 quarters, so this would be in lieu of that. And again, the basketball committee will meet in the spring, and this is the year they can make some changes to the rules. Every 2 years.
Quick trigger. McDuffie faces up and gets shut down along the baseline, but Lipscomb could not control the loose ball as Rob Marbury dribbled it on the baseline.
You can see there's a concerted effort now to get Marcus McDuffie more touches. From Greg Marshall.
Ricky Torres back in the game as McDuffie gets a breather. Shot clock winding down for Wichita State. Torres, hesitation, dribble to Echenique from the elbow, smoothly knocks it down.
Well, he shows you a little bit of everything offensively. Inside, mid-range.
Cooper in the mid-range. That's no good. Wichita State off the Dexter Dennis rebound, looking to extend their lead. James Jones, short. Echenique with a back tap. Back outside, Stevenson. That's no good. And Eli Pepper clears it for Lipscomb. Matthews curls to the basket. Cooper. And an errant pass as Rose threw it away right to Echenique. Torres pulls up. That's no good. Another rebound for Eli Pepper.
Been 3 or 4 possessions since the Bisons have gotten Matthews a touch.
Another throwaway by Wolf.
He's a freshman. He's had a couple of those tonight. You know how much they love to throw the ball inside, but they put too much helium on that last pass.
James Jones steps back and hits a 3. A 16-3 run for Wichita State. And drawing a foul, shooting a three is Garrison Matthews. So he will shoot three when we come back. But Samaje Haynes-Jones, this three extending a Wichita State lead.
Now he's trying to cap a storybook 2 years. The hometown kid trying to get a title.
Huge mistake.
Kevin Harvick.
Choose Mobil 1 Synthetic instead. It protects engines better than conventional motor oil.
Really?
Seriously. It keeps engines in excellent condition for over 250,000 miles.
You expect me to believe a paid spokesman?
Well, how about an unpaid spokesman?
Not getting paid for this?
You are.
Get 250,000 miles of protection. Upgrade to Mobil 1.
Opportunity will knock. Be prepared to invite it in. Comfort, fit, service. Get ready for greatness at Joseph A. Bank.
The right hug makes all the difference. Michelin wiper blades with exclusive SmartFlex technology hug your windshield like our tires hug the road for better visibility. See clearly, drive safely.
Hey guys, if you're experiencing erectile dysfunction, you can now get treated anywhere. Like here, 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 even here. Okay, maybe not there. That's why we built Roman. So it's easy to get ED meds prescribed online, delivered to your door. Just visit GetRoman.com, chat with a U.S. licensed physician, and you'll get FDA-approved medication delivered in discreet packaging. Roman, let's take care of it. Get started with your free online visit at GetRoman.com/TV.
The marching band performing a fantastic rendition of When the Saints Go Marching In.
Oh, you think so? I found the trombones to be coming in a little late there. And I also thought that the clarinets were a little pitchy.
No, sound fine.
No?
No.
No. Well, I would not want to be in that number, Ken.
Just okay is not okay, whether it's announcers or wireless networks. AT&T is America's best wireless network according to America's biggest test. Now with 5G evolution, the first step to 5G. More for your thing. That's our thing.
Once again, we've got the NCAA Women's Final Four on ESPN2. Friday night, Baylor takes on Oregon in the first game at 7 Eastern. And then it's old rivals Notre Dame and UConn in the second game in Tampa. Both games streaming live on the ESPN app, so you can watch anywhere. Oregon, a great story. It's hard to imagine a team being more dominant than Baylor has been. And no surprise, we get UConn and Notre Dame back in their familiar stomping grounds of the Final Four.
Yeah, a powerhouse Final Four. Kelly Graves has done a terrific job at Oregon after doing such a wonderful job at Gonzaga, where he had one of my favorite women's players, Courtney Vandersloot, a great point guard. Kelly was a great player at New Mexico before getting into coaching. Of course, Lauren Cox and the Baylor Lady Bears. You know, I tweeted yesterday, Bob, have you ever noticed Kim Mulkey's career record as a coach? She's got 2 national championships. She also was an Olympian. She was a national champion at Louisiana Tech. And she is not in the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. That is unbelievable to me when you think of what she's accomplished. Brooke, want to weigh in on that?
I do. I love your support. And I mean, Baylor is definitely my pick to win the national championship this year. I know you spend a lot of time covering the Big 12 and have a lot of respect for Coach Mulkey. Just wondering if by chance you caught her bright red suit last night.
I sure did. Yep.
Making waves.
Yep.
Chinike making noise in the lane. He will go to the free throw line. And Kim Mulkey has always seemed to me to be the kind of coach that if she would just let her personality out, then they'd really have something. Right? She's way too reserved.
She doesn't coach with any emotion, you know what you're saying?
She's just boredom walking up and down the side.
I honestly believe that
she's like the female version of that guy.
Yeah, no, she could coach.
Oh, no doubt. They are all emotion, and the players, you can tell, feed off the energy that they can feel coming from her.
Yeah, I think she could coach any sport, actually. I really do. And I think she could coach women and men. I've seen her in action, and she gets me nervous when I watch practice. That's how intense she is. But she was a great player. She was an Olympian. It just boggled my mind when I realized she's not yet in the Naismith Hall of Fame. It's just That's not right. And by the way, I'd be really disappointed if Eddie Sutton's not voted in this weekend. I understand he may not have been voted in. I just think that that's wrong, too, myself.
I think both of those names will only be a matter of time. As going to the goal is Garrison Matthews, and he draws another foul.
Well, in all honesty, Coach Sutton, we don't know how much longer we're going to have Coach Sutton.
Right.
Like Lefty Drizel got in last year, and he was able to enjoy it at the halftime of the Final Four. Lou Carnesecca was a terrific coach at St. John's. He's got 536 wins, 1 Final Four. Hey, good for him. He's in the Hall of Fame. Eddie Sutton has over 800 wins and 3 Final Four appearances. And he took 4 different schools to the Sweet 16. And if you want to go and talk about the NCAA probation that they ran into at Kentucky, then I can think of 3 or 4 coaches in the past that are in the Hall who have had NCAA sanctions put on them. So I don't want to hear the NCAA stuff. That's a bunch of nonsense.
Chinique picks up his third. Well, you know, there are probably some guys coaching right now that are no-brainer Hall of Famers that have had their brush with the NCAA during their careers. So that absolutely is something that is not unusual on some Hall of Fame resumes.
And maybe it shouldn't be, you know. I mean, maybe it shouldn't be. But I know that Eddie Sutton deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, as does Tim Martin.
The reverse is there for Jamarius Burton. Both teams out of fouls to give in the first 10 minutes of the half, but a minute from now, the fouls will reset as Matthews weaves inside. Can't find the bank shot. A break the other way. Nice pass up ahead. Burton is able to find Stevenson.
Well, that athleticism we talked about in the first half that bothered the Lipscomb offense, even though they had the lead, you could see it really starting to crank up now. Matthews not getting as many easy looks, Bob.
Wichita State's largest lead. Kenny Cooper, too strong. Haynes Jones the other way. That's Bjorn Midgard, double team. Dexter Dennis can't knock it down.
Good inside out ball movement that time by the Shockers.
Fouls have now reset, under 10 minutes to go. It's been a struggle from the field the entire game for Lipscomb, certainly outside of Garrison Matthews. Sajula is able to draw the foul, and he will go to the free throw line.
Well, here's the steal right here in the run out. You see Eric Stevenson, freshman who's had a pretty solid year. He hasn't shot the ball well. He's from Lacey, Washington, Bob, and we had him at the Under Armour All-American camp. He had just committed to Wichita, and one of the reasons he chose Wichita is he wanted to be like Ron Baker, who had a terrific career. Redshirted, walked on, then for 4 years. Had a terrific career, and of course now in the NBA, he's rehabbing a shoulder injury. He was a pretty popular New York Knick for a couple of years. Hustle guy.
It's been a while since the Knicks have had anything but hustle to lean on.
Yeah, talent has not been there.
No, they're hoping that 15% ping pong ball thing comes through. And a certain guy named Zion calls this building home next year.
Well, the only consolation prizes I could think of are John Morant and maybe R.J. Barrett. But I think Zion in New York would be unbelievable. Maybe we can rig it like David Stern did.
Stop. There was no frozen envelope.
No?
They didn't bend the corner.
For Patrick Ewing?
McDuffie on the offensive glass keeps it alive. Matthews uses the screen, looking for some room, and gives it up. Sajula, again, the post spins to the middle. Offensive rebound, and Eli Pepper is able to knock it through.
Good setup by Sajula inside. Watch the help come over. And then Eli Pepper cleans up the miss.
Pepper back to the bench. Nate Wolf will sit down as well. Andrew Fleming, the Iowa transfer, comes on. And Nathan Moran, who's also an 1,100-point scorer in his career for Casey Alexander, is back in the game.
Now, he was a 3-year starter prior to a knee surgery. Didn't get the job back, but back helping out off the bench.
James Jones in the mid-range. It's a 9-point Wichita State lead, coming up on 8.5 to go. Sajula bullets one to the corner, but stepping on the sideline, Garrison Matthews. It's amazing how often, as you said, in today's game, Fran, players kind of lose where they are on the court and they run out of real estate.
Yeah, and there's not much room in those corners, but you still have to know your geography. And you also know if you're a shooter like Matthews, he's going to spot up in that corner. He's probably done that 1,000 times in his career because of how well they use the postman to pass it.
Hit guard. Rolls it in and out. Miscommunication, and Haynes Jones takes advantage.
Well, I'll tell you, his defense and his energy has been electric in this second half. The young man from Wichita, who is trying to finish that career as a hometown hero.
An 11-point lead for Wichita State, and Lipscomb has been off kilter the entire second half. And Casey Alexander wants to talk things over. And Fran, they're an example. Just a lack of communication for Lipscomb.
There's a community where innovation and service join forces to create leadership that lasts. Since 1891, Lipscomb has been centered on academic excellence and impacted the world through the lives of our students, faculty, staff, and alumni. Vital to Nashville and influencing the world, Lipscomb advances a model of leadership grounded in service and inspired by faith. This is Lipscomb.
When freedom is threatened around the world, when floodwaters rise and wildfires rage, wherever the fight, whoever the enemy, when America needs her best, she sends a soldier. Do you have what it takes? Find out at GoArmy.com/warriors.
It's pizza for lunch. Little Caesars Hot and Ready Lunch Combo is now just $4. That's $4 for 4 slices of deep dish pepperoni pizza plus a 20-ounce soda. Hot and Ready weekdays between 11 and 2 for a limited time at Little Caesars.
Pizza.
Opportunity will knock. Be prepared to invite it in. Comfort, fit, service. Get ready for greatness at Joseph A. Bank.
Introducing the all-new Chevy Silverado. It's the official truck of calloused hands. The official truck of getting to work and getting to work. It's the official truck of homecoming and coming home. The all-new Chevy Silverado.
Chevy Truck Month continues with 0% financing for 72 months on this all-new Silverado. Or this deal gets stronger. Current competitive owners get a total value of over $9,500 when financing with GM Financial.
There's some Wichita State royalty in the house waiting for Sports Center after our second NIT semifinal. All of us will be joining SVP Tom Izzo and Bruce Pearl join the show from the Final Four. Tim Legler will break down the NBA playoff race in the West. And Wright Thompson on the secret history of Tiger Woods. Sports Center, 11:30 Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app a little bit later on tonight. Boy, Wichita State and Greg Marshall, love to have that guy back.
Oh, yeah. Undrafted by the Toronto Raptors. They signed him, and Raptors have clinched the #2 seed in the East. Of course, the whole deal with Kawhi Leonard's worked out famously.
Fred VanVleet watching his old team play here, but there have been a few Wichita State guys that have called the Garden home, and the Knicks their home organization.
Well, absolutely, and I grew up here. Dave Stallworth, Nate Bowman, NBA champs, 1970. Shot.
Something
deep, deep dish pepperoni and bacon pizza. And we gift wrapped it with over 3.5 feet of bacon. You've been working so hard. We love you. Get a Little Caesars large bacon wrapped deep, deep dish pizza for just $12. Try our convenient app and Pizza Portal pickup.
Pizza, pizza.
We all have a hunger. For redemption.
The Huskies are headed to a record 12 straight Final Four.
To dream.
The Ducks have done it, and finally into the Final Four.
To be legendary.
And the Irish are headed back to the Final Four.
To play for a national title.
Good news, Bears. You're going back to the Final Four.
The Final Four. Friday at 7 on ESPN2.
Date night at DQ with their amazing new chicken and waffles basket.
Chicken strips.
Belgian waffles.
Savory.
Sweet.
My lady.
My man.
Your daughter.
I love our daughter.
DQ. Happy tastes good.
Hey, what's up with the bike?
No car insurance. I can't afford that after my accident.
Sounds like you need a quote from the general. You, step into my office.
At the General, monthly payments are low with immediate proof of insurance. Get your anonymous online quote and ride with the General.
Yeah. Can we lose the bike now and put on some pants?
For a great low rate you can get online, go to the General and save some time.
Date night at DQ with their amazing new chicken and waffles basket.
Chicken strips.
Belgian waffles.
Savory.
Sweet.
My lady.
My man.
Your daughter.
I love our daughter.
DQ. Happy tastes good.
Bob Wischusen and Fran Fraschilla. Brooke Weisbrod back here at the Garden where things have been a little bit tougher on Garrison Matthews in the second half. He has missed his fair share, and as a result, his team's down 11.
Yeah, but he's got 27, so you can't argue with that. But the Shockers have definitely made him work harder for good looks, and it's been a big reason why they've not only gotten back into this game, which they trailed, but now have taken the lead. And it's been about the athleticism that Casey Alexander was concerned about from this Shocker team.
He was averaging a point a minute from the time the game started in the quarterfinals in Raleigh against NC State. Through halftime of this game, another contested jumper here, and he can't knock it down. So, again, the Wichita State defense stepping it up on Garrison Matthews has changed this game. James Jones off the top of the backboard.
Jamarius Burton right now is just playing one-on-one against Matthews, and he's allowing his teammates to play 4-on-4. The idea is don't let him touch it.
McDuffie can't connect. Pulled down again by Eli Pepper. Fleming will attack the goal. Stripped away by Eric Stevenson. And a spin move. Stevenson finds the trailer, Midgard back to Haynes Jones. Pepper able to rebound the miss. He's got 13 rebounds. Rattling home a three, the Iowa transfer, Andrew Fleming. That's a big shot for Lipscomb. That's the lead to 8.
One thing we know about Lipscomb, they push the ball, and they shoot threes, and they get back in this game in a hurry. And they have the poise and experience over 4 years to do it.
With the shot clock winding down, leans in and commits an offensive foul as Matthews took a shot to the chest and drew the charge.
Got to tip your hat to the A-Sun this year, Bob. Both Lipscomb and Liberty finished 14-2 in the conference. And Liberty, as you mentioned earlier, won the conference championship game.
And then won a game in the tournament.
Absolutely. You can see why the level of play in that league is going up.
Fleming leaves for Marbury. Maybe a little momentum for Lipscomb. The lead has been cut down to 6.
There was another Marbury that played in this building pretty well at times.
At times.
At times. His name was Stephon Marbury.
We use at times loosely.
That's my guy from Brooklyn, from Coney Island.
McDuffie draws the foul. Eli Pepper. And Pepper picks up his third. Eli Pepper's got 2 points and 14 rebounds. So talk about a guy that knows his role, as he's 6th best in the ASUN in rebounding this season and 3rd best in conference play. Averaged 9 rebounds a game against only 7.5 points a game. So he controls the glass. Let's see if they take him out. They will with 5.5 to go.
He's only taken 2 shots tonight.
Is that a coach's favorite? Guy's got 14 rebounds, only 2 field goal attempts.
No, I want a guy that can get 14 rebounds and 14 points.
Very greedy.
But to your point, he does a really good job of rebounding that ball, kicking it out on the offensive end as well, because they do shoot the 3 so well. I am greedy.
Marbury to Fleming. A long rebound controlled by Jamarius Burton. 5.5 to go. The winner advances to the championship game on Thursday night. TCU and Texas in our next game will determine the opponent. And this will stay with Wichita State.
Well, you wonder if because they're playing in an NBA arena, if the three-point line is spooking this team a little bit. They are, I've noticed both teams are shooting NBA threes tonight, Bob. They're outside that black line as well. But I think a lot has to do with their shot with defense.
Fleming off to Rose, allows the flyby, can't hit the 3. As Bjorn Midgard's got the rebound.
Another good look right there, just can't knock it down.
Shot clock at 7. Samaje Haynes-Jones, shot clock at 3, has to force one up. Hit the backboard first.
Bisons are in this game. If they can knock down a shot or 2, they're right there on the doorstep.
Cooper off balance, draws the foul. No continuation, says Jeff Clark. The other teams that normally play in this building, that would have been an and 1. Well, that's in college, a foul on the floor.
And if this were 4 minutes to go in a 20-minute half, the likelihood is that Lipscomb would be already in the bonus by now. And so instead, they'll take the ball out.
Wichita State now out of fouls to give. They're going to be over the limit. A 5-foul, each 10-minute limit next. And Rose can't control that one, knocked out by Wichita State.
That's the same play that Rose got the open 3 in the corner earlier in the half, and that time he back cut. Same thing.
Marbury, reverse, yes!
Pretty good use of that inbounds play. Second time they've scored tonight. You can see how crafty Marbury is around the basket.
Echenike wanted it in the post, and Dennis didn't throw it to him. And Echenike wasn't happy. Burton instead is fouled on the floor. And now those two come together. You can see Echenike and Dennis. That is an animated conversation between teammates here at the Garden.
This Masters moment brought to you by IBM. 1994. 5 birdies in Friday's second round put Spaniard Jose Maria Olazabal in strong contention for the green jacket. But Sunday, in the final round, Olazabal had to fend off a challenge from American newcomer Tom Lehman. It was a 30-foot eagle put on 15 that gave Olazabal an edge, as he won the Masters tournament by 2 shots.
Dear Tech.
You've been making headlines. Smart tech is everywhere.
But is that enough?
I need tech that understands my business.
I need tech that works at scale.
Dear Tech.
Dear Tech. Dear Tech.
We're exploring quantum to develop next-generation energy.
We're using blockchain to help make sure food stays fresh.
We're using AI to help create more accessible healthcare.
We're using IoT to create new kinds of digital wallets.
Let's see some more headlines about that. Let's expect more from technology.
Let's put smart to work.
Why stay in and take it easy when there's a whole world out there to explore? With new adventures to discover around every corner, our SUVs can help you make the most of it. Like the Santa Fe, Tucson, Kona, and first ever 8-passenger Hyundai Palisade. Getting out of your comfort zone. It's better in the Hyundai family of SUVs.
March Madness got you doing the what just happened whale? Pick up a pepperoni stuffed pizzone. That's right, people. It's back. Now part of the $5 lineup from Pizza Hut. Official pizza of March Madness.
We need a better Mom? Network.
With Boost, you get a super reliable, super fast nationwide network.
Really?
Time for a switch?
I'm back.
No more resting glitch face.
Switch to Boost and get 4 lines, each with unlimited gigs for $100 a month. All on Boost's super reliable, super fast nationwide network.
Bob Shoes and Fran Fraschilla. Brooke Weisbrod back here at the Garden, where, in spite of a 5-point lead for Wichita State, things a little tense in that huddle based on what happened a moment ago with Jamie Echenique wanting the ball.
Yeah.
And Dennis not getting it to him.
Didn't throw it to him. Echenique not happy about it. And they had a little bit of a discussion.
There's the foul. Now watch Echenique go seek Dennis out. And Greg Marshall has to come break this up after Haynes Jones gets in between the two.
I don't mind that at all. And what I would tell Dennis is, if he's open in there, throw the ball into him. Get it into him.
Brooke.
Guys, Samaje Haynes-Jones trying to play peacemaker there. He's saying, you know, let's just calm down, guys. Everybody's going to be okay. Jamie, you're going to get the ball. And then you saw Greg Marshall head out and pull these guys apart. In the huddle, he just really addressed, hey, guys, we've got to play defense without fouling for the next 4 minutes. That's the biggest thing. Let's get good shot to make sure we're not fouling. Great job by Samaje to break it up.
Takeaway by Pepper, but he stepped on the sideline.
I would, in this next possession, throw it inside to the big guy and see what he can do. He's been pretty effective tonight in there. Then if he doesn't score, you go, okay, you had your chance. Now we're going to get the ball to McDuffie.
Echenique's got 9 points and 8 rebounds, 4 of 6 from the field. So we'll see if Haynes Jones throws it down to him. Nobody else will.
I never minded that. Guys are competing right now, and they got to stick together because the win is the ultimate goal here. But you like a guy who's competitive enough to want it.
Burton accelerates and draws the foul. Kenny Cooper picks up his 4th foul. That's an important one for Casey Alexander's team. 5-point game with 3:44 to go. Freshman Jamarius Burton on the line. 71% on the season. Catch every moment of this 2019 National Invitation Tournament on ESPN the rest of the way. And for more information, visit ncaa.com, your home for all 90 NCAA championships. Pressure from Wichita State.
Sneaky. First time they've really shown that tonight. Greg Marshall just trying to keep Lipscomb off balance. He's done a good job of that in the second half.
Big collision, no foul call as Moran came together with Burton setting the screen. Moran way outside the arc. Wow! That was Steph Curry range.
Really well done, Bob. We said earlier in the game how much of their offense results from throwing it into the post. And that time they got the open 3 because of that.
And a timeout called by Greg Marshall from over on the Wichita State bench as the lead is down to 4 with 3:07 to go. And we'll return to the Garden in 30 seconds.
At Farmers, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even rooftop parking. Strange forces at work? Only if you're referring to gravity. And we covered it. Talk to farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Lipscomb trails 4, but watch how they use the postman to set up the open 3. We've been talking about this all night. When that ball goes inside to Asadula, here comes Moran off a double screen from the weak side. Look how much room he's got. Now that is a deep three-point shot right there from Moran, but well-designed play by hitting the post, playing off of the postman.
And Wichita State has missed 5 in a row. Bob Wischusen, Fran Fraschilla, Brooke Weisbrod here at the Garden. 4-point game, 3:07 to go. We've had a lot of momentum swings in this game. Wichita State, they dealt with plenty of momentum swings in their game at Indiana last Tuesday and had an answer every time it seemed like the Hoosiers were taking that game over.
Yeah, great crowd there too, it seemed like, Bob.
And now Dennis gets it down to Echenike in the post. Echenike spins into traffic, stumbles, forces one up. They wave it off. Shot clock violation.
Well, they threw it into the big guy, and that's it. No more. No. You like the fact that he's hungry. He's had a very good junior year. We mentioned he's a junior college transfer, comes from Columbia. And if you look at his NIT numbers, almost 13 and 8.
St. Matthews. Finds Marbury rolling to the rim.
That all started because they wanted the ball in Marbury's hands. Little dribble handoff created a little indecision by the Shockers.
2-point game coming up on 2 minutes to go. Dexter Dennis can't connect. The rebound pulled down by Eli Pepper, his 15th. Cooper is fouled by Echenike.
Well, we mentioned it, Bob. Marbury is not the best player on the team, but he is the facilitator for the offense. There's the dribble handoff. And of course, because of Matthews' ability to score, he draws 2 defenders, and that leaves Marbury open at the rim. First team All-A-Sun this year, along with Matthews.
And that foul on Echenike is 4th. Kenny Cooper is 0 of 8 from the field. 0 for 3 from three-point land, but 3 of 3 at the line. He also has 9 assists. Stays perfect at the line, and we're deadlocked with 2 minutes to go.
Wichita, one of the youngest teams in the country this year. Lipscomb, arguably one of the very oldest teams. Let's see if experience matters down the stretch.
And Duffy lost his footing. Traveling call. He just slipped and fell. It looked like he hit a banana peel at about the elbow.
Good sportsmanship by the Bison. They helped him up right away, but take a look right there. That left foot gave out. And Jeff Clark had no choice but to call a traveling call.
About 7 minutes ago, Wichita State had an 11-point lead. Lipscomb has flipped the script with 1:45 remaining. Backdoor cut. The extra pass to the corner, but stepping on the sideline, out of bounds, was Matt Rose. We've seen that a handful of times in this game.
See it all year, you know? You gotta know, you gotta play. It's hard because it's a corner 3, so I always talk about playing 44 feet, sideline to sideline. You can't really do it if you want the 3, but you gotta get your feet educated.
McDuffie for 3. It looked like Pepper got a piece. And they're going to say it stays with Wichita State.
They could review this if they want. Under 2 minutes, I would take a look at it. I would ask Casey, if I were Casey Alexander, I'd ask to look at it. I think he did get it, Bob.
I think he did too. Yeah, he got a piece.
So
you can see the ball comes out with no rotation at all.
And I don't think we know it, so as long as they're not going to review it, that's good. You got a second game to play.
There's McDuffie. Can't get the roll. teams with 2 timeouts apiece. The arrow belongs to Wichita State. No fouls to give. Matthews, quick trigger. Yes! It's an NBA three.
Wow.
He hadn't scored in almost 10 minutes.
And he's only got 30 tonight.
Jones, step back three, can't answer. It's a 10-0 run for Lipscomb.
Shockers got to decide whether they want to foul here.
Good defense in the backcourt by Haynes Jones, and that creates a 10 count. Oh, what a job by Samaje Haynes Jones, moving his feet, and he did not allow Cooper to get it over the timeline.
Well, here's the three. This is almost impossible. That's Kyle Korver-like right there. But what pressure defense on the other end. Watch Matthews turns his body in the air and does what he's been doing his whole career at Lipscomb, is scoring buckets. But watch the pressure defense right here. Greg Marshall's going to tell Haynes Jones, get up, pressure him. And watch the turn in the backcourt. Watch your clock. That's well done. It's like being on Revis Island right there.
Nice job.
Thank you. Darrell Revis, former standout for our New York Jets. But that's what Samaje Haynes Jones looked like right there.
Wichita State, obviously there is plenty of time for this to be a multiple possession game. McDuffie's been cold in the second half, so where are you going for points here? And are you running a play here where at least a three is a possibility down by 3?
It's not out of the question, but for me right here, the safe play is drive it to the basket, get the short two. The other team doesn't want to foul you. If they foul you, you have a chance at an old-fashioned three. But I would get the short two, set up my pressure, and try to elongate the game. Now, a lot of it depends on how good a foul shooting team Lipscomb is. And one thing we know about them, they are a great foul shooting team, Bob.
And don't let the team fouls fool you, by the way. Again, it's a 5-foul limit in the second 10 minutes here in the NIT. So both teams are over the limit. They shoot free throws the rest of the way. Tough catch, Stevenson. And he stepped out of bounds.
Well, they tried to run it for the three there. They run a little flare screen. Greg Marshall's been doing this a long time. That's not Ron Baker. But the freshman Stevenson stepped out of bounds.
So now the shot clock's turned off. So Wichita State, if they can't get a steal or a backcourt violation, by the time this gets into the front court, they're going to have to foul.
And there's not many options, really, because this is a team that makes 75% of their free throws.
And this is not the guy you want to foul. Garrison Matthews shoots it at 85%. But you have no choice with the clock down to 15.5 seconds to go.
And one of the reasons you don't have a choice is because the other guy to foul was Nathan Moran. He only shoots 95%. But look at those numbers in the last two games, Bob, against quality competition. NC State and now tonight Wichita State.
That's a big one. Two-possession game with 15.7 to go.
We may see a rematch on Thursday night because if TCU knocks off Texas, this Lipscomb team went to Fort Worth in November and got their first win in Division I over a ranked team, TCU. So that'll be interesting. But Texas will be formidable as well.
A pair for Matthews. Jones with a handoff. Stevenson can't hit the three. Tapped around, and that'll do it. Echenique gives what will now be a meaningless foul. A 12-0 run to potentially end this game for Lipscomb. And the Bisons are going to move on to the championship game on Thursday night. And they will take on the winner of TCU Texas, coming from 11 down in the second half here at the Garden.
You almost wonder if that little team fight that Wichita State had, right, between Dennis and Echenique, I'm not sure they scored very many baskets, Bob, after that little lack of team chemistry.
No field goals, just free throws.
Yeah.
For Wichita State, since Dexter Dennis and Echenique squared off and had to be separated.
But the experience of Lipscomb, this team has scored nearly 9,000 points. The most in college basketball by a fairly large margin. The end of a great career from Marcus McDuffie.
That's a bittersweet curtain call for McDuffie and Haynes Jones. As Greg Marshall subs both of them out for the final ticks of the clock. Lipscomb. An 18-point turnaround from the time they were down by 11 to win it by 7. And they advance to the championship game. They close out the game with a 14-0 run.
The experience of a team that's been through many battles, the heartbreak of losing in the ASUN championship to Liberty, and they've created their own memories here in New York with a win at the Garden, and now a chance to win a championship on Thursday night.
So the number 5 seed, they won on the road against a number 1 seed in NC State to get to the Garden. And then they beat the first team to ever beat a 3 seed, a 2 seed, and a 1 seed to get here. The two upstarts have a terrific contest, but Lipscomb prevails 71-64 over Wichita State. Coming up next, it's TCU and Texas to fight for the right to take on the Bisons in the championship game on Thursday night. As we go over to Brooke.
Garrison, 34 points tonight, 78 points in these last 2 games. What is it about this stage that feels like you are ready for this moment?
Man, I'm just happy to be able to play with my teammates some more. I mean, we were let down that we didn't get in the tournament, but we were all come together and we're excited, so it's been fun.
Seems like things are rolling right at the right time. What's it going to take to get one more win and cut down those nets?
We got to try to get some stops. I mean, we've said it from the beginning. Defense helps us win games, and we can score it, but when we lock down on defense, that's what helps us the most.
Thank you. Bob?
That's Brooke Ricebrod. I'm Bob Wischusen for Fran Fraschilla as well. We'll say goodbye just for a short period of time at the Garden. Coming up, our next semifinal between Texas and TCU. For right now, back to the studio and Zuber.